think we are live now. I'm going to change the stream title real quick. First game we're going to watch is going to be Janley Animal Control versus Kathy's Kittens, I believe. I know that I may have had an influence on this particular game. I was diving into the DMs before this one, begging Janley to put Anne back in the jungle. And I think they did it. I think it's a good move because Jake kind of proved the other game that he was good enough at ADC that it shouldn't really be an issue. And then you have the fucking best mid laner in the server back on mid lane, right? So I think it's a pretty good deal. I'm glad that they swapped it over. I'm just going to call it Friday Recap. People are going to enjoy it, I believe. Alright, I'm going to look to pull up the draft, but while I do that, I'm going to throw on some highlights. Looks like we do have Hong Baba as the key player for Kathy's Kittens. Makes sense. It is surprising that he is playing now. I feel like he has sat out a few games. I do have insider information that he's going to be playing top lane in this game, which is pretty interesting. Not sure anyone really would have expected that, but it's kind of neat, I guess. He does have 74 games played, 55% win rate, only 30 champions played. With that key champion being the Jinx right there. Oh, here, I'll actually stream so you can see the hell I'm talking about. My bad. Then we'll swap over to Stanley, who is the key player on the other team. As I was talking about, he's back in the mid lane for this game, which we love to see. 97 games, 57.7% win rate, 3.27 KDA, and only 21 unique champions played. I feel like it feels like it's been a lot more for him, but I guess that is it. And then real quick, before we hop in too much, I do want to go over the featured matchup and the featured champions for each of the players. I think I've managed to mess that one up. Yeah, okay. Should be good now. The key matchup is Anne versus Sam S in the jungle, which is pretty exciting. I am glad that these players are back in the jungle. These stats are going to be incorrect because they're going to include the stats from the game that just got played. That's a bit of an oopsie. My bad. Didn't think about that one. But Sam has a crazy KD in the jungle, but his win rate is simply just not there. And on the other hand, has a great win rate in the jungle, but like poor stats overall. This matchup is kind of telling too much. Might want to reconsider using any stream assets for the following games because they are just going to kind of spoil everything. But I guess this is kind of a recap, so I don't know if that matters. I mean, it's going to be on the VOD too, but I don't think it's like the hugest deal ever. So I'm going to head to draft. This is how the draft went, if you kind of want to talk through that. I know you have some big brain draft knowledge. Just like free scaling? Yeah. Gotcha. Mm-hmm. True. It's almost definitely not support though. Hold on, I'm a clown. I totally have had you muted this whole time. Okay, well, Mason was saying a much really interesting stuff. I'm sorry you didn't get to hear it. I will summarize it real quick. Mason says, makes sense that they first pick Nami and leave up the Ash Seraphine because Jacob is known for the pick, and Ash Seraphine does a very good job of neutralizing Nami lanes, even if it is a very aggro lane. And then you're talking about the Pantheon blind pick, which we know is mid because we know what happens, but as we were saying, it could be flexed.
I mean, it could be flexed. Then they go with the Swain, which is also technically a flex into 3 lanes. It could be AD carry, it could be mid, it could be top as well. I almost said jungle. Ignore that slip of the tongue. You didn't hear that one from me. But I don't know. I think it's pretty interesting. I think it's an okay draft from Janley so far. And then they respond with the Kindred. Now, me personally, I don't think you should be blinding Kindred. This champion fucking blows dick. Like, unironically, it's kind of really, really bad blind. So, like, I don't know why they picked it there.
I think their motivation for doing that was their last game that they played where Sam was in the jungle and they actually had, like, a reasonable shot of doing anything. He did play the Kindred and played pretty well, actually. So I think that has something to do with it. I was talking to him last week. I was like, why'd you swap to, like, a non-carry jungler on the Trundle? And he said that he felt like he wasn't practiced enough on Kindred. But he thought Kindred was the right way to go, so I think maybe he just got some more games in and wanted to give it another kind of run back.
Yeah, which is fair. Yep. Don't blame him for that one.
And then Jin and Zillion are banned out against Stanley, so I think they assumed he was still playing ADC, so my insider dealings have definitely affected draft on this one. I'm glad to say it. And then Will Zeri's taken away. I guess that assumes that it is a support Ashe with a Seraphine mid, or they just think Teddy's going to play Zeri mid. I think either of those could happen. And then Mundo's taken away from Yavid. I think he played it previously. I'm not entirely sure on that one, though.
Yeah, and then they blinded, I think it's Cho'Gath blind, and then they respond with the Alawi. Now, I think Alawi is really good blind into Cho'Gath. I'm not entirely sure, but it should be. It sounds favored to me in my head. Yeah. And then they go with the Diana blind, or Diana into Kindred, which is like decent. Kindred.
I'm not like a huge fan of it, personally, because you have to, like, I don't know, it's tough. I think it's definitely skillful because if you do the obvious play of just R on top of your whole team, Kindred just kind of negates that with her ult. But if you do play kind of like aggressively before Kindred hits 6, you can get a lot done. Or if you're able to Diana ult people out of the Kindred ult, that's also pretty impactful.
Yeah, but it's like kind of iffy. It's not like guaranteed. It's like a decently skilled matchup by Emma.
Yep. And then the last pick of the draft is the Ryze. I think you would assume that it's a Cho'Gath top, Ryze mid. I think they end up lane swapping here, playing Ryze top, Cho'Gath mid, which, I don't know. I have some thoughts on that. I feel like you could definitely have things that go better, but...
Yeah, I think the Ryze is just not the pick. Like, into the Swain, I think they've assumed it's the Swain at this point. I think it's like, are there not better picks? Could you not go Sylas here? Does Sylas not slot here?
I think they know Swain's ADC at this point.
Oh, yeah. That's what I mean. Like,
yeah.
Oh, wait, yeah, they know it's a Pantheon, so they wanted to go, like, Pantheon mid to match the... or, like, the Ryze mid to match the Pantheon?
But then they put Ryze top and played Cho'Gath into Pantheon.
That's what they did?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's so weird.
I think they could just be sparing their, like, newer mid laner, or their newer, like, Cho'Gath player, so he doesn't have to play into the Alawi matchup, but I don't know, for sure. Just gonna take a look real quick at the first round bans. I think we forgot to discuss them. Victor against Stanley is a no-brainer. He can play it in either of his roles. Volibear is a huge Jackson pick. And then Zach is a classic from Anne. Interesting that they did end up banning Zach when their plan was to pick Kindred, because that is quite a good matchup.
A notorious, really good Kindred matchup. But I think it's like a little more even nowadays because Zach tends to build more damage now.
Gotcha.
So like you have to like, because like the initial combo can actually kill you.
That makes
sense.
Like,
because I guess it's like a little closer because like Zach is also like squishier, so maybe you can bait it out if you're fed enough. It's like it's like a really skilled matchup by Emma. So
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. And then Will's Twitch banned away, Hong's Jinx banned away, and Kathy's Lulu. Those are all pretty straightforward.
Yeah. Also, another thing, I think Zach does kind of fist Seraphine Ash. It's like if he gets on top of both of them, it's pretty impossible for the game to be played out for them. So
That makes sense.
that's another thing as well.
Yep. So most of these statistics are from the game that just happened, but I think the notable ones to look at is Stanley has played into Yavid once before this game and did win, and Kathy was actually 2-1 against Jacob going into this, but
Yeah.
Jacob's scoreline is considerably impressive, considering that he lost 2 of the games, but he could have just brought that all back this game. I don't know for sure. I'm going to look at the champion matchups real quick. That is almost entirely this game except for bot lane. Nami has done traditionally very well into Seraphine in scrims. I don't know if that's just because of like player comfort, because I know we have a lot of like comfortable Nami players, but just interesting to note. And then the last one is going to be the records on the champions. Teddy, first time as champion. Sam is playing it for the second time. Yavid playing Cho'Gath for the first time mid. I don't know if he played it before. And then looks like Kathy was 1-0 on her champion. Jacob just has so many games, and same with Anne, that is kind of not super relevant.
Skewed. Yeah.
And then Jackson has played Alawi before. Did not do super well, I assume, in the first one, but we'll kind of have to see. I'm going to go in game. I'm going to see if I can figure out how I did this, because we actually can't watch the VODs live right now, so I recorded them yesterday before the patch rolled over. So this might be a little cursed. So I'm going to try and add a new capture. I'm just not sure if I can full screen this in the way that I think I can. Okay, yeah. Oh, that appears to not be working. Hold on. You cannot see this, right? Mason.
Sorry.
You cannot see what I'm streaming, right?
No, I cannot.
Okay. Try to window capture, maybe. Maybe I just do a screen capture. Okay, you can see that though.
Hold on. Yeah, I can see it now.
Okay. And then it does capture cursor. Okay, this might be a little scuffed, but at least we have something. Okay. Then I'm gonna make sure volume of that's turned up. Alright. We missed a little bit of it, but not like too much. Just walking the lane and stuff. No level 1 shenanigans or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so important lane swaps, or I guess lane distinctions, are Alawi top, Pantheon mid, Swain ADC, which we talked about during draft, and then I believe I will fix the Ryze and Cho'Gath about partway through this VOD, but it will be the Ryze top and the Cho'Gath mid, and they decided with their Ashe Seraphine combo to put the Ashe in the ADC role and the Seraphine support. I personally think the other way around is stronger, but I think it makes sense
it's stronger
to pick Kathy
only
on
if
Seraphine.
I think it's stronger only if your support doesn't play enchanters, or if your ADC is comfortable playing the Seraphine, because I think the Seraphine APC is a little more skill intensive than the Ashe support, because like it does take some skill to land on that character. IMO.
Alright, we definitely have no scuffiness with the VOD. It's not. I didn't do anything wrong. I was trying to figure a few things out here. The sound will come on at some point, because I realized that I was outputting to the wrong audio instead of it being a league thing, but whatever. Stanley's playing the early lane pretty aggressively, as he should on Pantheon. I thought it'd
Yeah,
be
you need
interesting to
as
see
many
how he plays
advantages
it,
as
because
possible.
he's known for playing those like that control mage slow style of play, and this is like the exact opposite. So
Oh, it was a terrible chug out. He didn't hit anything, but it is what it is.
yeah, Stanley seems to be dropping a lot of CS here, which is not really what you want to see from the champion that should be controlling the lane. Oh, the sound's back. That's cool. Yeah, Yavid and Stanley are actually even in CS here, even though Yavid still has a full wave left to farm. I think Stanley might just be focusing a bit too much on the poke aspect of the lane, and not enough on trying to like zone Yavid off the CS.
Yeah.
Typically on control mages, you can just do both at the same time, so I think that could be a bit of a learning curve for him in the future.
Looks like, I mean, I think Rise, it does do pretty decently into the Alawi, to be fair. So
I
it's
agree.
not like super surprising.
Yeah, we'll see how much of a lead Teddy can get up there. I do think it's an odd choice to put your two strongest members on the top jungle lineup. I feel like if
Yeah,
you have
agreed.
like the jungle ADC is definitely not as strong as mid jungle, but that at least kind of spreads the pressure around a little bit. But top lane is just so
Yeah.
much of an island that having your best player
Unless
be your
you,
top laner is very unfortunate.
I think it's only good if you play exclusively
Okay.
around your
First blood.
top laner. Well
Easy
played from
clap from Teddy. He has the
Mr. Hong
tier and is
Baba.
still able to get the first blood.
Yeah. I didn't watch any of this game beforehand, so this is all new to me. Also, I've heard Sam keeps building Collector. Fun fact, Collector is not very good here. I pinky promise. Just go Phantom Dancer. It
Oh,
is
yeah,
so
it's
much better on Kindred.
terrible in this game. I think it is good in general, only because I feel like mathematically, Collector might not be very good. But why I really like it is you can build it on a lot of champions who kind of have like long range abilities that they don't really get to follow up on. So
Yeah.
it helps you get that extra 5% damage when you wouldn't be able to get any more damage down anyway.
That's true. But I think like just having the move speed and like the attack speed and the AD from Phantom Dancer is just better. Like the lethality is kind of whatever.
Oh yeah, no, I
on
think this game is
Kindred and
terrible.
stuff. So. Yeah.
I think there are definitely Kindred games where they have some squishy members. That
A
it
good
is
dodge
pretty
by
good.
the. Ooh,
Okay,
good
Luke Cage
combo
coming
from
down.
the.
Looks like Anne might be able to get out there, dashes to the Raptor, and then
flash.
flashes the wall. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jacob helping the wall.
Okay,
Double
the
bubble.
bubble from Nomi, but it doesn't do
Is
anything
this
because no one's
core
nearby.
JJ?
Unlucky. Oh, he gets the mark. That's really good for the Kindred actually.
Yep. Stanley wins his fantastic 1v1 against the Raptor. Oh.
Ooh.
Lesson learned. Don't alt tab. Okay, Stanley is still down in CS, and actually, Hong Baba is also down in CS. Interesting. Stanley might be dead here, but the level 4 on the Kindred means that they can't really set up a dive, so I don't think he's gonna fall.
Yeah.
There. It's a good dodge from Hong. This bot lane is going to be incredibly boring. I don't think there's going to be like any situation in which just anyone dies at all. Because
Yeah, they just play for scaling and team fighting, honestly.
yeah,
KDA taught her that one and whatnot.
Yeah, you'd have to hit a bubble, and then Seraphine would have to not have her shield up for someone to die, I think. But
Yeah, agreed.
oh well. So I think that really just brings it down to a question of like who's going to scale better, Swain Nami or Ashe Seraphine, and I feel like Ashe Seraphine is the answer there, but we will have to see.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yavid has now hit 6 on the Cho'Gath, so he should start stacking soon. Very big missed opportunity that we won't be able to check stacks on Kindred or Cho'Gath this game, but I didn't want to watch the whole VOD and spectate it like accurately and then cast the game like I don't know what happens.
Yeah.
So I chose the going in blind over the, you know,
No, that makes sense.
observer shenanigans.
Bit of a slower game for
Yeah.
tempo. Nothing really happening. Red team's starting up this dragon, which is pretty fair. I think they just got bot lane prio away from the Kindred or from the Swain Nami, which is fair. They're looking
Yeah,
for the fight and does have ulti, so the fight should go their way, but it doesn't look like they're all in position. And looking for the solo on the Cho'Gath, but
there's
they
no
have a
shot
bot
that
me,
they
so
get
there's
it,
no
right?
reason to. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's nothing you can really do.
I think the slower paced game should definitely like much more benefit Kathy's here because they have 5 like
Yeah.
giga scaling champions. They just need to execute their
Agreed.
fights correctly, which is something that they failed to do in their last game. So that could be something that comes back to haunt them. I will say, after watching them, I feel like they do a very good job in the early to mid game of like kind of playing to their win conditions. It's just they kind of fall apart later on with their macro calls. So I think if they were able to improve those a little bit, then they could become like a lot stronger.
As a team? Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Looks like there is fighting happening in the bot lane. Ashe is getting some damage in, actually. She does have the Zerkers and then double longsword, so she hurts a decent amount. I just don't think they'll have the ability to run him down unless they hit him with, like, every CC ability in the game. Hong is staying at very low health here. If he fails to juke a tentacle, he might just die, but we'll see, I guess. One of our wonderful viewers has noted that Swain keeps hitting roots and not pulling. I'm not sure.
Pulling doesn't do anything. Come on, man. Shaking my head.
True. It does not give you a stack or anything like that. They do manage to just kind of trounce top jungle. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of blinked and missed that one. Do you care if we go back and watch that one again?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I actually need to watch it as well. Don't worry.
I feel like the lower stakes of the game not being like live is definitely like causing me to be a bit distracted. Okay, so somehow, actually it's a bit after this. Yeah, okay, so here's the fight. Jackson falls down pretty low. Sam flashes and gets the kill. Ults, I don't think he needs
was
to.
a little overkill. But
yeah, but and just kind of walked
like
up the
a
tower and
penalty.
died. So I think there's a bit of shenanigans from both teams.
Yeah. He is going Nashor's first on Diana. I'm assuming this is the old Sunfire build that was really good on her, but just recently got nerfed. So
probably, I would assume that as well.
Okay, the cold one has been opened. Sheesh.
Shit. Stanley flashes away there. He might be able to get a kill, is not able to. If he had turned onto Teddy, he could have been able to pick up the kill on the Rise, but
yeah, maybe.
that was just a tough situation.
I'm surprised Stanley's opting for an Eclipse build here. I think the Sunder build is pretty good here into the Cho'Gath. Plus, Rise builds a lot of HP, so...
Yeah,
Very
I agree.
interesting. IMO.
I think this Pantheon play in general is different. I know Yavid is a player who struggled to be able to CS in a lot of matchups, and Stanley is actually down in CS to him. I think he's just not really familiar with Pantheon.
Yeah, they've been playing it a lot recently, but I'm not sure. The results haven't really spoken to me, you know?
Yeah, I have not been doing the OPGG stalking, so I I have not seen too much, but
I just played a game with them recently, so that's why I
gotcha,
know. They've been really into the Pantheon. Or we did clash together, that's what it was.
gotcha. Okay, flash goes in, ult comes down, and that should just be a dead
Oh my gosh,
rise.
the combo is
Shutdown goes to
crazy there.
Pantheon. Yep,
Yeah.
that was really well executed. A lot of resources burned for it, but that is a
There's
shutdown,
nothing
so
else they're really fighting for,
right.
so it doesn't feel too bad on their part. I don't
Yeah,
know.
Dragon's not up for another minute, so Diana ult should be up shortly after that, I believe.
Yep.
Flash won't be, but I don't know. You take the shutdown. Extra 450 gold onto Pantheon before drag is probably more important anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
Jackson is proceeding to show why they picked the Alawi into the Cho'Gath.
Yeah,
I
it's sort
assume
of
Yavid is playing the minigame correctly up there, as he's not dead, because I think if a single tentacle hit him, he was just gone, but...
yeah, agreed. Good E from Pantheon. Oh, but doesn't block the W damage, but it shouldn't matter.
Yeah. Man, I feel like Sam played that intelligently. He did throw some arrows into the shield, but he does get like the third proc. It just doesn't do anything because, you know, he doesn't have enough items. 1v1 in the top lane. That healing for Alawi is huge. The Cho'Gath walks up and gets the
But
kill.
walks into the
That's
walks
so
into
funny.
the Cho'Gath queue. So unlucky.
Jackson has the most CS in the game and has also died way more than anyone else combined, I think. Or as much as everyone else combined. The insane ulti's coming down bot lane. Will gets caught out by a Nami bubble. No kills come down. Potentially a good ult from Sam. I'm not sure if it was necessary or not, but it does get them healed up for the dragon. Could be big. The Rift Herald drop
Herald.
comes down. Should
Man,
secure
they
at
can get-
least 2 plates here.
They get the plates. They should just look to go dragon here. I would do that. This dive is sort of pointless.
Yeah.
Maybe you can bait them into river and then try to fight with Diana ulti with Swain ulti. That's your only play here, Ima.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Diana goes in, gets 2, and almost dies for it. Swain pull comes in. Sam's dead. Shutdown goes to Nami. Very unfortunate.
I
So
think it's fine though. This is
they
dragon for
did
sure.
what you said, just in a different location. They backed off, walk up. Diana just goes in, hits the ulti. Very clean gameplay from them.
Agreed.
Diana is suffering the Scrims Diana curse of setting up a lot of kills and ending up only with assists. So we'll see how that goes. Hong is looking to run down Jackson. He did miss a Q, and that might be enough for him to not be able to get the kill, because it slowed down his phase rush proc, I'm pretty sure. Maybe not. As expected, Janley is off to an early gold lead.
They sort of need it though in order to function as a team in this game, so
Yeah.
not too surprising.
Also to note, while we weren't looking, Kathy's walked up and just took the dragon, so...
Oh,
think.
interesting. Surprised they got it instead of Stanley, but yeah, Janley's.
Am I like... I might be like out of my mind here. Oh, no, never mind. I just didn't see the Cloud Drag. I am like actually losing it today, I think. We can just ignore me. Grandpa moment
Understandable.
or something. I don't know.
Boomer.
The brain rot is here for sure. Alright, 15-minute blue buff goes to the rise. Big place. You have both of your like primary carries on Kathy's Kittens in the 2-in-1 scoreline over 100 CS. And Will's about at the same CS even though his kills are not there. Flashes the Comet Spear, but Pantheon's able to flash away to live. I think Teddy might dive. He goes, oh my god, he hits the root and is able to get the solo bolo on Rise.
Sheesh.
Well played to Hong there. I thought
Yeah,
there was
kinda
no shot he
insane.
got that. think that one is a clip for sure. Looks like with that kill, the gold lead is brought back to almost 0, with it just being out of like a couple hundred. So that does look good for Cathy's in the long run because they do outscale really well, but I think that could be mitigated by their weaker team fighting comparatively that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
We will have to see.
Really kind of a slow game. We'll just have to see how it goes. Stanley's still building fucking lethality, which is very interesting. I mean, I guess it's fine because he needs to be able to one combo the Ashe and the Seraphine, but I don't know. I don't think it's that good. Looks like we are getting the Aegis built from the Diana here, so pretty exciting.
I think Jackson just
Sam
wins
is
this
desperately
ulti
trying
there.
to kill people.
Oh,
Yep.
Sam
Good ulti from the
does
Sam.
need to
but...
ulti there, yeah. Oh, and Yavid.
Oh,
Oh my god, he flashes in and eats!
Oh,
He's
good
crazy
fucking
with
ulti
it!
from the end.
That play looked like unsalvageable, and Yavid gets a flash chomp. That was actually pretty nice.
Yeah, this is pretty good here.
And
does kind of clean it up, gets too.
Yeah.
Oh, Hong spots him here. Oh, but N should win this 1v1. Like, there's no universe where Raz wins
Hong
it.
with the
Good combo.
ward play.
But it doesn't matter.
I think if that Ashe arrow hit, I think could have been a much different play, but
Agreed.
barely missed from Will there.
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah, continues to not be pulling on all the Swain hits, which is interesting. Pantheon finally gets a good roam at level 10. That should just be a kill on the Ashe, and Seraphine might be able to live, but the Nami bounce hits to get a slow, but Sam's here. This could be different. Cathy got Jacob pretty low on the backside, but it looks like Sam just wants the out. He begins farming instead of greeting for the Nami. A choice that a lower elo player would not have made.
Yeah.
This could be scary. Diana ult is up now. If it had been up any sooner, I think that would have been a kill onto the Seraphine. Lowy is doing a lot of damage now, just one-shotting the backline. Makes it very tough to wave clear into her. Okay, Hong and Sam both come up behind Jackson. Jackson ult's only hitting one and just dies. Yeah. I think if he was able to hit any of them with the ultimate, it could have been bigger, but doesn't get it, so it doesn't get any of the healing that would go along with it. This should just be a second drag over to Janley, though. Cho'Gath looks really small for 20 minutes.
Agreed. I think he's been greeting his ult a little too much.
I think he might not be stacking on minions at all, if I had to guess. I don't know. I can't tell if he's only one stack or if he has slightly more. I will say Yavid's fatal flaw is his lack of knowledge of stacking mechanics with the 30-minute tiers. So could be interesting to see, but unfortunately this is just a recording, not the actual game, so we can't find it out. But Hong and Sam double teaming the jungle camps. Not sure if they needed both the Kindred and the Rise there. I guess the plan was just give the blue buff to Rise and then send him back mid, but I think you could have just had the Kindred split push top or something and then have Rise take both camps. But now the Kindred's hovering towards bot, could be looking for a play. We have Rise taking the red. No, he's just hovering. I wasn't sure if Teddy's ADC
Hit
background
on the
was gonna lead
Ash,
him
but
to
doesn't
green.
want to pull.
Yeah. I wonder how many
Interesting.
sacks he's missed out on pulls this game. Now he
And looking
comes
for the
down.
ulti.
They
Now the
should
ult
just
comes
be
down.
out.
It,
It's
oh,
one
it hits
knockup.
one. Ooh, misses the bubble though. Very
All the
unfortunate.
ults are still available for Cathy's. It looks like no one's willing to pull the trigger. There's not another dragon for 3 minutes, so they might as well go for it. But I think neither team thinks that they're going to win it, so they just hold off. Both Pantheon and Rise do have that threat of just like ulting in, so
Yeah,
it's hard to tell what the fight is actually going to look like.
agreed.
Hey, this should be another dead Jackson. He's getting a lot more healing this time. He was able to hit more with his ulti. Oh, he gets a kill onto Cho'Gath. Forces out the ult from Kindred. Hanwaba is TPing back
Rise
up
is
with the Rise
coming back
ulti.
in.
Sam
Ooh, but he hits the
might
combo.
die.
Oh, but good combo from Hong to save him.
Yeah.
Very well played.
Sam is smart. He stays in range long enough so he doesn't have to play the mini game.
Good smite. Stanley looking for the engage. Good Everfrost to create space for his Kindred to get out.
Cathy's gold
What's his-
distribution is still looking the same as it did before. When I was complimenting it, they have a lot of gold.
And it's
onto
the
their
Kindred
carries.
collector buy. Agony.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah.
I feel like the
It
only
is what it
champion that even does anything against is Nami, but that's
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Collector has like some argument for being good against like HP stacking tanks, but that's the Cho'Gath and that's on the same team as the Kindred, so just because that 5% of like 5,000 HP is actually quite significant, but I don't know. It's definitely a weird item to get here.
Hold on, I gotta pee. I'll be right back.
Alright. Hopefully you don't miss anything.
Yeah.
Game's still playing out pretty slowly. I think this should hypothetically favor Cathy's, but Janley seems to be gaining their gold lead back. Jackson is definitely playing better in the late game than he was earlier, which is nice to see, especially because that Alawi can be such like a split pushing threat. He continues to have a pretty solid CS lead on pretty much everyone in the game. Hangbaba is catching up, but is still 1 CS behind. Ann and Stanley have been playing very well together in teamfights, and if one starts to break out here, Hong gets a lot of damage down, but it all gets healed up back up by the Nami. Ann goes in, no ulti, the stun comes down onto the Pantheon, and Sam is able to pick up a kill onto the Nami. I guess that's where the Collector goes. Flashes in, trying to get the Pantheon, and flash ultis. Sam turns around to try and save this play. Will manages to live, insane kiting by Will. Swain heals up, is not actually able to get anything done there. That was a 170 gold cash, and Sam may have completed his bounty hunter stacks right there. Everyone was in that fight except for the top laners. It looks like Jackson was able to play pretty well, forced Yavid off the tower, but was not able to pick up that like 550 gold from the side lane. But we might be seeing that pretty soon. The Rise and Kindred are sitting at 5-2 each, and both have a lot of gold. Alawi is able to pick that up. That's a lot of gold going to Alawi's pocket. She could be pretty scary. It is hard for her to teamfight here just because the amount of range on the enemy team. Alawi does really well into a lot of melee champions, and you're really just looking at Cho'Gath. Um, okay, the arrow comes down onto Jacob. Will just goes in, flashes everything, and is able to just get the kill there. Hong walks right into Ann in the jungle. Should just be able to phase rush out of here. No harm, no foul. Pantheon comes in, and that changes the tide of the fight. Pantheon gets a 600 gold shutdown, and the Rise has fallen. Will is trying to kite himself out from the rest of them with his Ws. Has to path around the Swain W, and Stanley is so fast here. The Ghost Blade is active, and he's able to hop onto Will, and he is toast. Stanley and Ann are just playing these picks very, very well. Blowing the ults right when they need to. And Jackson gets nothing done. Again, it is very hard to team fight when you're playing into only one melee. Obviously, you can't really get as many ult procs as you'd like.
Okay, I'm back.
You
I feel like I've missed a lot.
Yeah, Will got a solo kill, and then
Okay.
Teddy like walked into Ann. Ann was not going to win the 1v1, I don't think, but then Stanley ulted in, got a kill, and then they killed Will also. But Jackson died again topside.
Okay.
Guys, this Rise player is like Giga Cracked or what?
True.
So true.
You'll pretend not, you know?
I'll
Then
pretend, but I don't know how the rest of the game goes.
Negative range champion.
That was a problem, my brother in Christ. I will not lie to you.
And Sam has the ult here. I think he should have just held it, because he is toast. Oh my god, wait, never mind. I am
That's one.
blatant lying. I cannot believe he got Stanley there. I think that's just the squishy build, because he doesn't have his death stance yet.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Dude, Diana is so broken. That I'm so glad Sunfire is getting nerfed. That build is actually ridiculous. That build terrorizes me every single game.
Agreed. It's a good thing it got nerfed.
It's like actually so crazy how she builds one item and then she's like. Also, I think her base stats are just really high because Diana always feels really tanky to me, and like she only has one item.
Yeah.
She has a shield.
I unironically agree with that. I think it's the shield carrying her a little bit, even when she goes AP.
Well, yeah, because most people rush Nashers. At least the Diana's like.
Okay,
I
another
play again.
Ash ult goes down. I think that hit the Alawi, but not in range to do anything there. Kathy is walking dangerously close to Ann. They're both sweeping. She just throws some abilities and get out of there. She knew she was not in a safe place. Stanley does not even need to pop the Ghost Blade there. Will's just gone. This is looking way too similar to Kathy's last game for me to be comfortable. They are just simply not grouping the way they need to against a pick comp, and that is resulting in them kind of not having their full team for any of these important fights. Hong is trying to kite this out. He pops a ghost, along with the phase rush, goes like fucking Sonic mode. And loses almost his entire HP bar because Alawi is a champion. He's forced out of this fight. Stanley goes in on Sam again. I think Stanley should just die here. Yep, Sam's able to pick up the kill. Oh. I didn't even see that tentacle. I thought one missed. I think we can call just bullshit on that one.
It happened a number of times, unfortunately.
Yeah, I do not really feel willing to place any blame on Kathy for that one because you could see the tentacle hitbox before it, and then that one you just couldn't see at all. That's pretty unfortunate.
Agreed.
Is her first death of the game though, so that's pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah.
30-minute
Has
first death.
died less
is
than
pretty
her
impressive.
ADC, so.
Yeah. I think this is
Is that
one
a
of the-
Maw coming in for Kindred, or is it a Wit's End? I think it becomes a Wit's End, right?
That would make more sense to me personally, but Maw is just a
I
good
don't understand.
item,
I
so
think
we'll see.
I think Maw is just a better item than Wit's.
Fight should be
not
coming down
gonna
with the
lie.
dragon. Oh my god, that
And
went down
flashes
at
to the
50.
steal, but good ulti from the Naveed. Okay.
I
the
think
Kindred ult comes
they
down,
ulted,
but I
really?
don't think this is good just
Sure.
because
Yeah,
Slay still has his
Kathy's
ulti
able to hit
going.
a lot, but
It's literally
yeah.
just too late, honestly.
yo, this Nami though.
Yeah, this Nami did fucking nothing as her team
Wait.
1v9s. I agree.
What do you mean that
True.
ultimate
True,
with
Jake.
the
No, no, no. Hold on. You want to watch that back and
we'll do
talk
a
about how
replay,
Sam
replay,
literally
replay,
ultied
replay.
right on top of the Swain? Yeah, that was all you for sure, my brother in
Wait, the
Christ.
four
Nice,
man.
man.
Okay, okay.
Okay, watch this play and tell me you did anything that Ann did not set up immediately before.
Wait, I set up.
No, you did not. Don't do that.
Like
No. He pulled it back in! What do you mean? Go back. Hold on. Well, let's watch that back one
That
more
was
time,
cool.
since we got the time.
Alright, I mean, we can all agree this
Can
is a
you
fucking
make it slow
crazy
speed real
play
quick?
by Ann.
Oh, it is. It is a good play.
Okay, where's my VLC?
Use your scroll wheel. No, is it scroll wheel? No. If you use the plus and minus keys on your keyboard, you can slow it down.
Oh, thank you. VLC.
I use
gone.
VLC.
As you should.
True. See, Sam is almost out. Oh no, the Ashe and the Rise are out, and pulls the Ashe back into your ultimate.
It's slowed them after as well.
He's right on
right?
top of
You know
his
the
entire
Nami
team.
ult, it's
Swain is
not a
ulting.
knock-up, right? It's also a slow which keeps them.
No. And hit the ulti first. You're coping, my brother in Christ.
What do you mean?
Shaking my head.
There's video. Okay.
You're coping.
I hit
Okay,
one,
you're coping.
and then-
You're coping
yep.
right now, Jacob. It's
Jacob,
crazy.
you're getting muted.
No, he's actually right though. It was a good Nami ult. I'm just being
Yeah.
him.
I just don't need the soy jack screaming into the gas. That is my take. I think that fight was just very, very, very unfortunate. They had everyone grouped except for the Seraphine, and then the Seraphine has
Yeah.
to blow ult after the whole fight. And it's just,
Yeah.
I don't know.
The quick rotation into Baron, good play.
Yeah. I don't know. It's tough to start dragons with Kathy's comp here because they have
Yeah.
Ashe and Seraphine who want to space really, really well, and same with Kindred and Rise, right? So the only person that you actually want frontlining is Cho'Gath.
Mhm.
So I guess the only like intelligent way to play that fight is to kind of have Cho'Gath sitting in the pit and then have the rest of your team kind of fan out in like an arc, which is like impossible to actually coordinate.
Yeah,
'Cause that's the only way that
think-
you avoid getting like Nami, Swain, Diana. But
Yeah. I
But
think
then you're
arguably
outpricing
you
the
could
track.
also just look for the Ashe to ulti on top of their team, like or the Ashe initiation,
right.
which probably is the best play, honestly.
I think they just didn't have eyes though.
Yeah, no vision on the enemy team is kind of hard for that to do that. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a hard spot to play for Kathy's. Oh, whiff on the ulti, but I think Alawi is just
Yeah,
dead
he's just
here.
gone.
The 5-man collapse.
I honestly am not entirely sure where that 4K gold lead came from. I think that team fight was pretty impactful. I don't know if it was 4K impactful. Might have been.
It was, I think.
It
It was
was.
that and the Baron.
Oh, right, duh. Red Bull Baron power play, baby.
Something like that, yeah.
I can cope and tell myself that you can't see me alt tabbing on stream, but you totally can. Stanley goes in. The healing from Seraphine just kind of gets Sam all the way back up, and Stanley has to blow the flash to survive there. That does
Although
hurt their abilities to get a pick later on before these next objectives, but there is still 2 minutes before Hextech Drake, so Ann should have flash ulti back up, which I think kind of mitigates
Yeah.
the loss on the Pantheon.
To be honest, though, I don't think Stanley does much in these fights. He literally is just there to stun one person and pray.
Right. It's just, that makes his job so much harder if he has to get closer to stun.
Yeah, but literally it could be a stun on anyone, honestly. Like, he could stun the fucking Cho'Gath and their team could probably still blow them up. As long as they just don't overcommit on the one person, like, stunning the Cho'Gath is fine. Like,
That makes sense.
whoever he stuns doesn't matter. As long as they die, type beat. And they have enough, like, tank shred that the Cho'Gath dies immediately. Although the Cho'Gath building full armor into this comp is, like, the most illegal thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, there's no way you look at this comp and your first item is not Force of Nature. My brother in Christ, please, man.
So okay,
Force of
maybe
Nature goes
maybe we'll
cuckoo
see the
bananas
tier,
here.
bro. We could still see the tier. Might happen.
Pain. Yavid, my brother, DM me if you ever need help with items. Like, there's no way you look at this comp and think it's Frozen Heart, Floral. I think the Frozen Heart, I think the Tabbies does enough to counter the Pantheon. Just build Force of Nature. I promise you, you 1v9 this game if you build Force of Nature. The Diana, the fucking Swain does 0 damage to you, and you are invincible. I promise. It's actually gross.
Yeah, I don't know. It is rough. I think it could just be that he plays so much Malphite that he's just used to armor being really good, but
Yeah, not here though.
I think it helps into the Alawi, but what you should realistically just be doing is sending the Kindred or the Rise into the Alawi instead of trying to match.
I think it's just the Rise. The Rise can just port everywhere. Like, he doesn't need to be in these fights. And then just send the Cho'Gath to face tank everything.
Yep. Speaking of Rise,
Okay, the ulti coming out. Oh, but the good Nami wave from Jacob to cancel the
Alawi gets
Rise
in,
ulti.
actually hits people with the ulti and just deletes Will. And this could spell
Dan gets
doom.
fucking kited out though. The Alawi is still and the Cho'Gath is still alive. The Ashe is just in the back free firing.
This is a
with
bit of a swing moment.
Kindred.
Stanley's able to pick up the kill on Hongbaba, and Jake
This fight
is still
just
going.
all over the place.
And now it's just
but
Sam
is
versus
still alive.
Jacob.
The flash into the fucking Jacob. But Pantheon
No
just
ulti on
passes
Kindred,
W.
so yeah.
Plus ratio, baby. The output from Stanley. My goodness, man.
I think you may just be incorrect about Stanley. I think Stanley should actually do the exact opposite of what you said, because that's what he did here. He simply didn't do anything, wait until the fight was over, and then killed
Frozen
everyone.
Heart for what attack speed is true, Jonah. Frozen Heart for what attack speed, man. To be fair, I think Frozen Heart is just the most gold efficient armor item, so I don't think it's bad. It's just not here.
I will also say the only person, or the two people.
Oh wait, I got you, Jonah. If you look at Diana's first purchased item, it is Nash's Tooth. That item gives attack speed, and so does Diana's passive. Therefore, you must build the Frozen Heart into the Diana. Simple, really. I calculated, dude. This is just such intelligent itemization from the Cho'Gath. Honestly, it is insane.
Yeah, I mean, what I was gonna say is that the two people who are doing physical damage both have basically 30% armor shred, because you got Black Lever on one of them, and then you got Pantheon Ultimate on the other. So, oh no, Teddy! Oh, he might just be dead here. Chain CC'd for an eternity. This seems to just be the story of Kathy's Kittens. Caught out in rotation perma. Very unfortunate. Oh, the ult comes out on Stanley. Then they commit for Stanley, but that allows Anne to get on the backline and hit a multi-man ulti. Is not able to pick up Kathy immediately. Looks like Yavid's gonna fall. This might be a disengage from Kathy's.
It should be.
Yeah. They're only down 4K. It could be a lot worse, but they keep getting picked off.
There is a really easy Baron option here. The Cho'Gath's dead. The only thing you have to worry about is the Kindred. But just you have enough damage that the Kindred shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, I think all Kathy's needs to do here is not have anyone get picked off.
And look for the Kindred steal.
Right.
Yeah, but they get half health by the Alawi tentacle, so.
Oh my god.
My gosh, that damage is so illegal. The fucking Mandate damage as well.
Was that tentacle even visible? Like.
Hold on, go back. I think it was empowered by Mandate and Nami bubbled, right?
I don't know. Hold on.
Oh, he's building Force of Nature. It's like 5 items too late, but it's fine.
Oh, it was over the wall. They had no vision.
That's so funny. Oh my lord.
That makes sense. I was trying to figure it out. I was like, that's probably what happened with the other one too. So I was gonna say Alawi ulti is not active, so it can't be like the Alawi ulti makes them invisible thing. It was legit just over the wall, so they couldn't see it. That's brutal. Alright, well we do have Hung and Will here, the dynamic duo. We're able to get the shutdown on the Alawi. Pantheon comes in and just walks right past Will and kills Hong. I was very well
but
played. Yavid over the wall. He's just going to get destroyed here. Like, what's he doing? All these champions.
He still has his ulti proc? Yeah.
Cheese, yeah. Sam
Swain ult.
might have a way to live here, but they went from 4K behind to 5K behind just off of these fights alone. I feel like they're overforcing this Baron a bit. They could have just given it and walked out.
Stanley is
Jungle gets
looking.
across
He
the
is
map.
hunting. He is a man on a mission. The E
Probably
blocking
just
the
blacked,
Kindred E.
like 3K damage there.
Yeah, honestly, it should have been the Baron play. I'm pretty sure. I know it looks like they don't have good Baron, but their Baron is deceptively good. Like they have Diana with Sunfire Aegis plus Nashers. They
Lowy
have
does
Swain
damage
with
too.
Leandries. Yeah, but they have no like traditional
The
ADC.
ulti comes down. Sam just doesn't go in.
Sam didn't have. Q. I think he failed
Didn't
the
have
Q over the
smite.
wall. That Q over the wall is really hard to do.
He also didn't have smite.
Yeah.
So I don't
try
think
from
there's even
Kathy,
a
though.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very, very interesting POV of Swain and Nami in pace. I feel like I learned a lot from that. Okay. 5-man death ball of Kathy's again. I am half expecting a Diana to just waltz into the middle of them and blow them all up. We'll see if they're able to play around it again. I think they could be okay if Cho'Gath is able to like get a silence on him. Because Diana doesn't have flash, so it will be pretty hard for her to actually get the lineup there.
Yeah, Shadow Flame's a good buy from Anne here. Does pretty well into the Seraphine damage.
Yeah,
So
and a lot of shields, right? So
yeah. Oh. No Fimble Winter from the Rise, which is interesting. I guess he just wants to do damage. That's pretty fair.
yeah, I mean, I was under the impression that Archangels was the better buy for Rise at this point anyway. Teddy is not
really?
here for this fight. Yeah, I think it changed when Rise became garbage. Oh my gosh, that's a pull.
Good
Seraphine
pull.
just gets destroyed there, I think. She has
They
to walk
like
out.
that.
She's zoned out of the fight, and now she's down to half health. I think a tentacle just hit her. And now this is just
Yeah.
the whole squad
This
sitting
is a
there.
big
This is
dragon.
for Soul, and they're getting zoned out by Swain. Hextech Soul comes
Now
down,
they're looking for the
and
ulti.
now they're
Oh,
fighting
taking the ulti.
afterwards.
Oh,
Huge
two-man
Nami
hit on
ult
the-
hits both. Seraphine
but the
comes back in.
Seraphine
It's just
response
not
doesn't
enough.
hit anyone, and then Kindred gets the kill on the Nami, but the blue team should just wipe them at this point. They're just too
Yeah.
strong. They're hitting them with their wallets at this point. Sam is playing it as well as he can, but I don't think they can do anything. Like Pantheon can just one-shot him at this point.
Yeah, when they get to this point where Pantheon...
Oh, good spear from
Oh
the
my
Pantheon
God.
into the stun. Oh my gosh, it's just gross.
That
Well
is
played from Stanley.
disgusting. Hextech Soul
The
really
scaling
doing
Pantheon,
work.
baby. What can I say?
Yeah, it's just so hard for Cathy's when they're at the point that Pantheon and Swain don't even need to be in the fight. They lose the fight, and then Pantheon and Swain re-engage and clean up. It is so,
Wait, who
so
is
hard to do
Kathy's
anything.
Kittens normal jungler? Isn't Sam still?
Yeah, Sam is their jungler.
Oh, okay.
Hongbaba is subbing in for Chris this game. Or
Okay.
or Will is subbing in for Chris, I should say, because Hongbaba is technically
okay.
their starter, but the way he phrases it, that is not the case.
Is this a BO1? It is a BO1, right? Because
Yeah.
Stanley gotta work for some reason. Very cringe, by the way, Stanley, if you're watching this. Stop working. Simple, really.
Well, that is a kill onto the Pantheon. And same with the Swain. So it looks like the game's gonna go on for a bit longer. Both teams are over the 70k gold threshold. This game has been going for a little bit of time, I think.
Oh, the game's not over. They didn't end. What the hell?
Yeah, they both died. How are they supposed to
Interesting.
do anything if they're dead? Looks like Sam is running out pretty confidently, and Honga's in the back. This could be a huge fight. They're able to get the pick onto Jacob, but Alawi's doing a lot, and now...
Alawi just doesn't take damage.
Yeah,
Sam's
Alawi
looking for the
hits
fight.
2 of those
Gets hit by the
back-to-back.
fucking Alawi E, and then gets fucking one combo by the Diana. Ooh,
Yep.
but the Jogath gets the kill in return. But Ed is just too fed. He doesn't take any damage anymore. Stanley, you should look for the ulti BM
Oh
back.
my god.
Or
Hong Baba 1000 ping. Let's go.
Unlucky, man. Okay, looking for the pick on the Cho'Gath here. If he hits the stun, I don't know why I say hit the stun. If he gets in range, he should be dead and dodging the Q very well. Cho'Gath doesn't have
That's
ulti, so
ridiculous. I feel like
this should
Stanley
just
can
be game here.
ult in. Yep. Oh, ulting right to Nexus. Does not care about the Ashe Seraphine. And that's game.
Oh my gosh, what a way to
Oh,
end the game.
Ah.
Oh no, he ends it there. Let's fucking go. Well played from blue team, to be honest. Managing to mitigate the Kindred scaling.
Big victory for Janley here.
Yeah.
Believe taking their first win of the season.
Yeah. This is the first game they played though, no?
No, they played Silicats on Wednesday.
Spoilers
they did.
in the header.
What?
In the top 1-1.
Oh,
tier
yeah.
2.
Well, we've talked about that already. I'm well aware.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna throw on music and regenerate the assets, and then I gotta take the dog for a brief little walk.
Oh, is that what they're calling it these days?
What, walking a dog? Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't believe that I would call walking a dog. That's like really crazy.
Is there another game after this one that you're streaming, or?
Yep.
Which
Yeah,
one?
it should be.
It would be the Silicats versus, I believe, Closeted Furries. Yep, I'm just making sure I get the team compositions right. I think Trey was subbing in game 1 for Closeted Furries. As far as I know, he is a Zeri 1 trick. I know Honan had to sub in and did not feel like he was performing well enough in the top lane, so he said he would prefer the 80 carry position, which puts Silico mid, which is very interesting to me. I love watching Silico play mid lane, so I'm very excited for this. This one is actually a best of 3, so the assets will reflect that accordingly. Trying to get everything set up for the draft. I'm not used to having to swap series so quickly. Alright, we should be good. Next game, Closeted Furries versus Silicats. Correct. Cool. And then I will throw up the highlight slideshow, and I will be right back in about like 5 minutes or so. Mason, if you want to talk about stuff on the stream when it starts working, feel free. But feel no need to if you don't want to.
I mean, I'm sort of just playing LOR right now, I'm not gonna lie. I'm chilling.
I figured as much. I don't know where the dog is, but she is angry. Alright, I'll be back.
Huh. I don't know what to talk about, to be honest. I mean, I'm a big Silicats enjoyer. Like, I'm super hyped to watch this team. Like, this is probably like my second favorite team to watch.
What's your first favorite? I wonder.
Probably Healy's team. I haven't watched very much of them. Or not Healy's team. What is it called?
Dean's team.
No, it's not Dean's team. It's Mima's Kittens.
Oh,
I'm pretty excited to watch them.
yeah.
Uh,
I think they're definitely contenders for top of the.
best team. Yeah, I agree. I'm just like excited to watch. You know, like I think.
Yeah. It's really fun watching a good team do their thing.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of built-in synergy there from, this is transplanted from the remains of the Rusty Cats last season. So
Yeah.
it's very nice to see. Hopefully this team does not go the way of the Blue Gloom of the Rusty Cats.
Yeah. I hope not.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just a big Silicats enjoyer. The way Nom leveled up from last time, and at least this game, because I did watch like the Seraphine game. He played like super well and stuff. So honestly, very hype. Pretty pog.
Yeah, I feel like the Cats. I think they've played with a different roster every game so far. So honestly, for me, it's just exciting to watch. See. I never know what's gonna happen.
Silica has a 49% win rate in scrims. My brother in Christ, huh?
Yeah. I think I'm lower than that. Not gonna lie.
How do you not have a positive win rate in scrims?
I won
Hello?
2 seasons. It doesn't make sense. Like.
Anne's mauling at me right now because I said, "How do you not have a positive win rate in scrims?" Like I didn't fucking
Rival.
go on like a 7-game win streak when I first joined.
I have a 46% rate somehow.
Somehow.
I've won 2
I think we
seasons.
know how.
It doesn't make sense.
My win rate is like 37%. Hold on. I have the perfect sentiment for you. I got you. There you go. You're welcome.
Oh my, Ezra is at 34%.
Just don't lose. Just don't lose. What's going on, guys? Don't lose.
I think that I'm at 46 because of if it was just seasons, I think I'd be very positive. But I kind of troll signups like really bad.
I mean, that's true. I think I was decent at signups, and then like when we did like PvP or when we did the first set of scrims, or like the seasonal scrims, I did okay. But I don't know.
Yeah, I'm kind of.
My first season was a lot better than my second season, I'm pretty sure. So.
Then we have the insane Peter, 59%, I think.
59. Yeah.
Yeah, 59 over 75 games in the server. Too bad we don't have a Peter this season.
True.
How's your Legends of Runeterra game going?
It's going okay. I hit Plat 2 again, so I'm pretty excited. Or not Plat 2, Plat 4 again. During season reset, I went from Plat 4 because I didn't climb it all last season to Silver 4. So I had to climb all the way from Silver 4 to Plat 4, which is kind of tedious because there are a lot of Masters players that didn't climb last season apparently. So.
Is your MMR better in LOR than it is in...
Oh, it absolutely is. My MMR in League is doggy doo-doo, my brother in Christ.
Yeah, I refuse to climb in ranked game mode of any game I've ever played.
That's fair. It can be a little tedious, so I don't blame you.
I'm just here for a good time, you know?
He doesn't...
Oh, you guys should stop banning my Nami, by the way. It's kind of a dog shit, not gonna lie.
True.
Definitely not the only champion I win at in scrims. Don't look at my page. Also, don't check my OPGG and check the new champion I'm learning. It's definitely not going really well, for sure.
Yeah, I agree. Pantheon's a weak champion. Udyr just got like double nerfed, so you guys can stop banning that as well. It's honestly just a dog shit, horrible champion. Yeah, it's kind of bad.
Yeah, I agree. Can we handshake to no Udyr, no Nami?
I'm down. I'm unironically down.
wait.
Okay. It's sweet. I actually get to play fun champions for once.
Team, let's
What? I would never make you not play fun champions.
go.
For sure.
I don't know what you can possibly be talking about, man. Simply doesn't make any sense. Alright,
So true.
so I think we've been staring at the highlights long enough. I'm actually going to cut stream and restream, so I don't have to
Okay.
clip the vids later, so that they can actually be separate. Bit of a
Yeah.
technical thing, but oh well.